So this horse.
No, I rode him with you in February.
Yeah.
The full brother to the one I rode.
For the one. Yes. For some reason I didn't recognize anything because I keep confusing this horse with another you rode yesterday. Another. Yeah. So what level is this guy competing?
Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And so he was really successful this summer and winter in Florida in the international shows.
Yeah.
At Prix St. George I won.
Yes.
And then we went to the national championships at Gladstone and he was sixth in the country.
Yes.
And so now we are moving up. So
That's very, very good news.
I'm only riding him today with you, so I would love to look at some pirouettes and
Yes.
the massage.
Well, and yes, and you are the master of the patterns because advanced riders are, and you know when to place them or where to place them, and then I complain bitterly if I see something I don't like, but then until I complain bitterly, you can do anything you design. Yes. Your little dog is here to help you. Yeah, she's very critical about the rhythm. Everything she improves sometimes. Yeah. Yes, good. So, okay, a concept about my worries about overflexion or anything behind the vertical in the horse's thing. The energy of the horse should include filling up the neck, and filling up the neck all the way up to the pole, in fact, enabling the horse to rise it. And what's an interesting byproduct, also nobody talks about it, is that when the horse's energy pushed up to the pole and the ears come up and the horse's face is in front of the vertical, that means the nostrils of the horse are in front of the eyeballs. So when that's the case, most horses that are calm and working with the rider rather than alarmed and scared or something, most horses start to salivate because the salivation is apparently a glandular activity completely connected to the posture. And this has been a relatively recent discovery, meaning like 1922. So it's not like day before yesterday, but in the horse world, it was a very new discovery that if the horse is in the right posture, he will salivate in glands in the back of his mouth where the throat begins. And curiously enough, the activity they do when they move in the correct posture is sucking activity, like the little foal sucking as a baby. And that activity is happening at the base of the mouth, and the two glands there are supplying the saliva and the foam. And I never, could understand that action because you never hear the horse as if he is sucking on the bit or something, but apparently he does when his posture is correct. When he overflexes and the chin drops into towards the chest, he kind of chokes away that part of the apparatus that gives him the salivation and the sucking motion in the back of his mouth. So they already wrote big articles in the 1920s about not permitting the horse to go into overflexion and tuck inward at the neck, you see. So we always want to fill up his neck to upright, to use our energy and driving aids to actually raise his head up rather than this preoccupation of drop his head down, get him this, get him that. No, it was raise. You don't raise it with your hands, but you ride the horse to instruct him to raise his pole up and suck on the bit. And yes, you see it's getting there very nicely. He's putting his head higher and higher, and he's enabling himself to make salivation through the base of the neck. Little more on the, could we do a little more of this school canter on the right and right leg? And one more, little more right leg. Yes, like that. Now the hands forward to allow the posture to rise at the top of the pole, top of the head. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Very good. All of that is very good. Because now he stayed active. He is very nice on his joints. Good. Yes. Yes. Push the hands forward again. Don't, yes. Tell him, up with your little ears. Come on. Lift your energy up in front of me. And then he does. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, very good. Because the round top line is important to allow the energy to go through the entire horse in a liquid form. But it's composed of 3 bascules, right? And the front bascule is very difficult because it's very easy for the horse to overflex on it, and very easy for the rider to believe that now he's connected. And of course the middle bascule is very important because that's where the back oscillates under the rider, and the last hind bascule is important because that's the lifting bascule. Without the strength in the hind end of the horse, there is no elevation in the front. You know, when they are full brothers, these two, how come this is chestnut and that one is?
No, he's bay. He's just very light.
He's light bay. Well, my goodness, one has to be a fashion designer to know these differences. And also on this level, you could benefit by putting the canter warm up a little ahead, so that, because the canter does so much good in the horse's posture. Again, 2 hands speak forward, like once, yeah, 1 or 2 strides, all you need is that little, just to tell the horse, fill up your neck, you dumb little klutz. And then the horse says, oh, that's easy. I can do it gladly, fill it up. Yes, very nice. Yes, very nice. You see, he keeps his posture upright. And he has plenty of strength for that. I kept saying a little more inside leg because I don't want speed, but I want him to work really a little more from the hocks. He's actually very efficient, very good and busy at the stifle. I would like to see more sinking down into his hocks so that they are not straightening. Yes, this was much better. All of this was better, but I need you more on your right seat bone. So the right toe up, the right heel sinking, and pressure yourself downward on the right stirrup to sit. Now you look good. But the right seat bone really has to be on the right side of your saddle so that he doesn't push you to the outside with his strides. Good. Good. Oh, that's very good. The hands are good. That's why he kept himself really engaged on that. Was very good. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Good. All of it. Yeah. Yes. But after this, we will have to do a little lengthening stride for a few strides because otherwise he's going to be, yes. That was a very good pirouette work. But then forward a few strides so that we, yeah. Yes, very good. Yes, good. Yes, good. Yeah, good. Yes, well done. Again, a little opening forward. Yeah. Sometimes when you feel that he's a little bit curling, then open it in the front and say, you better step up. And then he steps up. But today, he works very nicely in the stifle, the forward, and then, yes. And then you are working him well onto the collection, because there it's important to separate the two hind legs. So the outside rein can give always to raise the ligament up on the outside, and then forward, forward. When he gets too slow and feels a little struggling or stressed, you can go forward and quit the pirouetting for a couple of steps. And then you can resume the pirouette in another point. But before the horse gets really sticky in the hind end, it's a good idea to move on, to give him the feeling that he can't stop behind. Yes. Yes, and hands forward. Yes, yes, yes. Well done. Yeah, yeah. Very nice. In later work, maybe after a trot and other thing, I would still like to see one more time pirouette both way, because I keep bothering myself about what makes it slow or stick? Why is it that he starts both in the speed and in the flexibility of his joints? He starts well, and after 2 strides or so, he kind of opens his joints and drops to the floor heavier, a little stickier. He loses the bounding jump of the early strides. So it's good to look at it again and say, well, what could we do about this? And of course, the first instinct is very simple. You start on the center line and you make only 2 steps in the pirouette, right, and then you go forward as if you never even thought of a pirouette. And then somewhere else you design the space, you take him again for 2 steps, and then just forward. He doesn't have to associate pirouette work with always finishing it. You know, start it, and then after 2 or 3 good steps, quit it. No, not until later. And then see if he doesn't, because the horses sometimes associate things and think that he might think you just want to stop him. That a pirouette is really not a pirouette, it's just a way of anchoring him down into the floor. And so you can redesign it for him with some forward steps in between and let him figure that he can be lively in the pirouette work. Again, too fast a pirouette like cutting horses is not something we want. So we do want slowness, yes, but we want the slowness, but we don't want to lose the clarity of the 3-beat canter. Yes. Yes, good, good, good. Yes, good. Hand, leg, good, good, good. 2, 3, 4, forward. Well done. You avoided the stickiness. So you are not teaching him, let's get sticky. You teach him turn, 1, 2, forward. Yes. So that he, yes, you see, he's catching on. He understands what you are after. Yes, and forward before he sticks. Yes. That was nice. Yeah, and then of course in competition, no, you don't go forward, but that's for that day. In the training, you can make him very nice and vigorous. Yes. Yes, good. Yeah. Yes, good. Yes, well done. And you jumped away just in time before he could get really sticky. Yes. Yes, good. Yes, good energy. Yeah, it's building up, of course, the strength of the horse too. Very good. And these things, this was the best, of course. And this way, as you build him up, it cross-references into Piaffe Passage as well, obviously. So I have all kind of wish list things, but there's also one that I'd like to see the backing, the rein back, and depart the canter from the rein back. Things like that have to do with collection, yet totally dependent on energy for success. So rein back, lots of stress on the haunches, lots of bending at the joints, and yet sprint forward into a nice canter so that it looks very fluent and seems easy. Legs only, hands passive, legs active. And now. Yeah, well, as you know, it's not easy. He placed in a couple of steps of trot to get, that's okay. Yes, that's okay. Just let him sort it out. Good. Yes. There, 2, 3, 4, forward on. Yes, well done. And he lowered his croup for the departure and lifted it very nicely up at the withers and the shoulders. Yes. Yes, good. Only leg, not the hands. Yes, yes, and yeah, he put in a tiny little trot jig, 2 steps or something, but it is hard for the horse. I would try to do it sooner. The canter should come from the momentum of the last step backing. So as he completes the last step back, you already depart, you are already saying to him canter. So, leg, yeah. 1, 2, 3, now forward. Yes, 2, exactly. You see? He had the momentum where he could smoothly, fluently lift and go, and that was very good. So, but this horse is Montana, right. So the point is, yes, I know him from that, as you said, I saw him once. Yeah, because now some things remind me of him.
His neck got a lot bigger since
Yes. Yes. Don't you? Yeah. Don't.
had that longer sweep with the highlight.
Yes. Yeah, but don't you think that's a good big change? It's a big. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, it's a very big change. Yes. Yes. But a little slower maybe. He already slowed himself into a nice cadence, but a little more like that so that we see that all of it is delivered from the joints. And yes, it was very nice. Yes, good. Yes. Well. Yes, yes, but there's a little too much on the right rein maybe, because I keep looking back. Yes, that's better. Yeah, that was very nice. Yes, and of course the energy from the haunch is out. Yes, very good. Yes. Yes, very good. Yes. Yes, all very good and light, and then the extension. Yeah, still very nice. Yeah. Beautiful. You see, that's what I mean. The haunches out is a great energizer. He can make a much taller suspension. Yes, this one should get less signals from the rein, elbow back, and rather the immobility give it almost a huge strength. I lock elbow down and then call it with loosish legs, because the loosish legs give a little rhythm there. You see? Yes, you see? That's how, yes, all good. Yes, well done. And of course, the thing is too, that when you have a nice cadenced medium trot, you can come back to passage and return to medium trot, so that they place it in a continuum. Very good. Yes. Yes. Very good. Little more outside leg in. I mean outside leg back, because he went out for a moment in the hips. Good, good. Faster on the left leg. Your left leg faster. Good, good, good. Yes. Yes, very nice. Yes. Less left rein, more left leg. Still too short on the left hind leg. Just calmly correcting him. Give the left fist forward and tell him, I don't hold you on this side at all. Place your leg and stop. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Yes. Yes, that's okay. I would overlook it. I would say yes, half a circle, and then we will do it. Yes. 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 So it's natural for the horse to jump forward or do something when he is that packed into energy and collection. Then we just accept and correct later. When, yes.
So that's a little bit one of his things. When he is a giant body, and it takes a lot of strength for him to yacht like that.
Yes.
And so when that's a bit of a habit he has gotten into, where he'll canter, because he just like bubbles over, and so he just like canters out. Like
Yes.
And so when we talk about horses learn by what they do,
Yes.
they learn by what they experience. When is it the right moment? I felt like in his brain he kind of took over, and so I wanted to stop the behavior, because I don't want him to learn that as like there will never be a Piaffe canter in your life ever.
Yes.
So like when do you have your opportunistic riding, and when do you tell him no, that's the wrong answer?
Yes. The whole proposal is has to be understood. He doesn't explode because he designs it. If he jumps into the canter, you provoked it. And the way to deal with it is what I advocate all the time. The passage has to be 16 different passages. When you feel the steam building up, longer passage. when then you try it, it's like not demanding but suggesting shorter, taller passage. You get it for 6 steps, then you let the steam out and say, and now medium, go, whoop, whoop, whoop. Then back to me, I'll show you the next step. So, not to fight, no, because horses don't understand. They don't conceptualize, memorize this, or put it on your wrist with a tattoo. Horses don't understand. People understand. Horses don't, you know that horses don't know they are alive? Do you think this guy says, what a rotten Tuesday, I wish I weren't alive? No, no, horses don't know they'll die. They don't know they were born. They don't have a clue they were born. The poor little darlings. So why do we think that if he explodes into a passage, which we provoked in a way in our training, then he will understand, analytical mind, that now we stopped or we walked because my teacher is telling me that's a no-no. No, the teacher prevents it by telling him, when you are steaming this much, I let you go forward 9 steps really big. And then we will either take a rest or go back to a shorter passage. I am much more concerned with this, why I kept saying no left rein and a little more left leg. He does things very well, and without warning, 6 steps later, he shortens the left hind leg and syncopates. So he does passage like whoop, 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 whoop. He's rocking in the passage. No thank you, no thank you. We have to adjust then the program to the shorter leg. You cannot force. The short leg gets a new experience. No rein, left shoulder, left leg, talking. There is his new experience. But look at me. Exaggerate. Now let him sort it out. He's very good. But the rocking back and forth will disappear when you adjusted his passage to the short leg, not pushing him with the long leg, because the long leg is beautiful, but by giving him the left rein, many things happen. The shoulders and knees even up, because when you gave him the left rein, the 2 front legs moved very precisely, even. Good, you see? And the left, sometimes the hocks were even with each other, which is what should be like that. And other times, the left hock stayed behind the right one like a whole hoof print back. So then he started 1 knee high, 1 low, 1 knee high, 1 low. So we adjust it again to the short leg. And then of course, when you are bold like now, we never see it. The problem, the unlevelness shows up only, that's excellent. Do you see? You see? So that's what I advocate. Not bothering if he canters. We love his canter. We don't mind. He's, oh, that's very, very nice. Very, very nice. But for instance, do another diagonal. For instance, when I said you evened up his front legs, when you really analyze what I saw on the diagonal was not enough right rein. He was a little left positioned on the neck, and the right front leg moved higher. He hyped up with the right knee. Now it's even. You see, because you organized the right rein to hold that right shoulder on the line of his hind leg, yeah? Because he has a tendency to lift too high with the right front. we don't mind so long as eventually the left front is matching the same way. And the more you rode it into the longer stride, the better the medicine was. And then occasionally you have to bring it back to a real passage or a real piaffe and check it out and say, well, is it getting better? And then you feel it, and it is inevitably getting better. But what I'm saying is because a horse lacks logic and lacks analysis and lacks understanding, you cannot teach him a good trot by cantering and vice versa. So you always have to accept what's and then reschool it. Go back to say, and where were we before you cantered? Oh, we were working on piaffe. Well, let's go back there. But you permitted the canter not to break his spirit. He needed to explode. You let him explode. He can't analyze. Anyway, looked very good.
Thank you so much.